standing. You can see it in the back.
Yeah. I can't see that well. Hi, good to see you. We're live. We're live. Hey guys, welcome back to the Typical Skeptic podcast. I have my good friend, the Natural Sentient, with me, and we are live from Gobekli Tepe. So look at it; it looks amazing in the background. Um, so Natural Sentient, how are you? What's going on?
So yeah, hi everyone. Well, it's great actually. Great feeling to be here. It's a very
Yeah,
special
what?
day. Thank you for having me on your show, by the way. It's really an
Yeah,
honor.
yeah. So what made you decide to want to do this?
I really felt like I should come here. That's the energy of homeland. That's calling that was actually very strong in such an extent that I got really like a toothache. My whole left, mandible and that area got swollen, and I got really pain until I bought the ticket to Turkey. So that was like really strong calling for some
That was
sort of
your
activation and exploring, I'd say. Part of
yeah,
the
and
journey.
some. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. So, and I'm here
So,
actually.
so what drew you to Gobekli Tepe itself? What do you think? And can we see around a little bit? Let's see if we can get a tour of the place.
Okay, so it's really interesting because on the way here I already felt, that there is really strong energy. But to tell you the whole context where we are. So this is the part of the Turkey that was part of ancient Mesopotamia, and therefore a lot of things. There's a lot of like ancient energy, and I just feel that it's like different. It's like this is close to Syrian border. It's at Şanlıurfa area, so it's like northeast from the city. And what you can actually see here, it's like excavation of the ancient archaeological site, you know, which was
Yeah,
actually, which the age is, I would say, probable because, according to the sources that I know, that it was built like in 10,000 or 12,000 years ago before Christ, you know.
yeah.
So
I was looking it up on just it says it was inhabited 9,500 to 88,000 years ago during the pre-pottery Neolithic area, but I have a feeling it goes back a lot further than that. I have a feeling that I mean, what's the sense? What's the feeling you get when you got there, and how big is it? Would you say?
well, this is really interesting because when you come here and you see it, it's like it makes you thinking, oh, like what you can see are really like megaliths. You see
Yeah,
stones.
I, I
I'll
gotta,
try
I
to
gotta,
turn it so
yeah,
you can see clearly. Okay.
yeah. Let me try to get back on my computer because I'm using my phone because I couldn't connect with my computer. I'd
Okay.
like to see with my computer so I can see better. Hold on, let me.
You So there is really there are really like megaliths that are really really heavy, like even 10 tons, which makes us wondering really how it was built. There is some geometry, there are some circles. You know, I'll try to show you more. Okay. As you can see, there are specific areas with circles and megaliths. So the question is, like, who established it? That's actually really interesting to sort of explore.
Yeah, yeah. Like who built these stone circles and stuff? And do you feel a different energy being around the stone circles?
Yeah, I'm vibrating.
I was gonna say
My
that.
whole body is vibrating. I don't know, can you feel that energy actually?
I can feel it. Like, tell us about your trip there. Like, how long was the trip, and like, and what was it like when you were first coming into the site?
Okay, so I will just lower a little bit because now I can hear you very well and the others as well. Okay, so I came from Cappadocia and it took me like 9 hours to get here. And on the top of it, a little bit more because this is outside of the city. So this is actually accessible place because you can catch the bus to Göbekli Tepe. From Şanlıurfa, you can take the bus. But if you want to go, there is another tepe close here. There you don't there is no bus going. Okay, so you either go by car or by taxi. Yeah,
Yeah.
Karahan Tepe. Yeah, so that's it. And I just feel like really to share this with you, and especially through your channel, Rob, because that's great honor for me.
Well, yeah. Well, tell us a little bit before we go looking at the site again. Tell us a little bit about your awakening journey, like while you're there. How did you tell us a little bit about your awakening journey?
Yeah, that was kind of long. I always I knew that things are not right where we live in the system and everything, that it's not okay. And I was trying to fit where I didn't belong. So, and basically in 2020, basically that was like the ultimate wake up call for me, to just really start doing something more, to do the inner work, to deal with the shadows, and to work with everything that that I saw that I have a lot of unprocessed things. And I will just move a little bit because there are some people, so you can hear me actually. I will
Yeah,
move
I
a
can
little.
hear you. I can hear you good.
So that's the thing that I was like that kind of person that a lot of information came to me. So all the time, I was aware like what's going on about all the agendas and stuff like that. So that was coming to me all the time. I just didn't share it, you know?
Yeah. And then tell us about your trip. Like, what made you decide to come to this amazing site? Like, did you want to be in touch more with like the ancient history and like the mysticism of the place?
Exactly. Ancient history, mysticism, and all of this history that is connected to ancient, civilizations that are really interesting to explore because here in Turkey, you have really a lot of interesting places. Turkey is actually, the it was part of the Greco-Roman Empire. You feel the different energies here, Islamic, and here was the Silk Road. So a lot of movements, a lot of tribes. So it's really interesting. I can feel that energy actually.
Yeah, when you go into the history of Turkey, it seems like a lot of different cultures had their civilization there. It seems like the Greeks were in Turkey at one point. The Romans were in Turkey at one point. Like you said, the Islamic Empire was in Turkey. So that's where the Christians found Christianity was in I'm trying to think after the emperor's name. Somebody in the chat would have to but it was after the Roman Emperor. They moved the Roman Emperor from Italy to
Yeah,
to
that's
Constantinople, because it was Constantine, Emperor Constantine, who did
it's
that.
Constantine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
So so
Yeah, a lot of names.
so a
Right.
lot of emperors and a lot of tribes
Mm.
and a lot of like cultures had their feet in right where you're speaking. Can you feel the essence of all that there?
Yeah, actually, I can pretty much feel more the Greco-Roman energy rather than this Islamic. I, it's kind of interesting
Yeah. What makes you say that? Do you think? Like what gives you that idea?
because when I was at certain places, I actually started my journey in Dalaman. So that's actually a coast that is west from Antalya, so Dalaman, Fethiye, that area, and that is very close to Greek islands,
Yeah.
you know. And obviously, there you can also like catch the Greek radio and these things. And there I felt really strongly presence of that Greek energy when I heard the radio and the Greek language. I started to cry because my soul knew, like there is a connection, deep connection with ancient Greece and the Greco-Roman Empire, and even year earlier, before Turkey, actually.
Yeah. And how close are you there to the Syrian border?
I believe less than 100 kilometers, like 50 kilometers, maybe. It's really, really close, you know. So
So
that's why.
is there ongoing places where you can't go because there's wars or anything like that? Or what's that like? What's the tension like between with like all the war that's going on over there? Is it not affect Turkey?
Actually, I don't know about this. I don't know much.
That's good. Yeah,
I
that's
prefer, to focus on the positive things and to on positive vibe. And so
yeah.
I don't know what to really say about this.
Yeah, Simo says in the audience, he says this is more of a Syrian heritage site than a Turkish one, just technically today, barely with Turkish borders. That's interesting. Yeah, you guys can put your comments or questions in the chat and we'll go over them. Can we get a little bit of a look around? Do you think we could get
Of course, of
get a
course, that
tour?
would be really nice. And as well, like guys, write us in the comments. What do you think? Like, what do you think about this? What like what would be your version, or what's your knowledge about this Göbekli Tepe megaliths? About these
Yeah.
structures. So this is just like this roundish oval excavation. Okay, this is the entire size. So I don't know
Wow.
how much can you see. Actually, you see this huge
Yeah.
right? They are not like just 1 ton. They are like 10 tons heavy. So how
Wow.
that would be possible, to build with the average person, average nomad, or average tribe? For this must be used sort of really advanced technology. Yeah,
Yeah.
someone sneezed. So as you can see, there are circles. Those those megaliths are in circles. Okay, Rob, please tell me. Okay, if you can see it.
I enlarged the screen a little bit so people could see a little bit
Yeah.
better.
Okay, so as you can see, oh, I'm trying. They're
You're
like
good.
they're like circles. Okay, they're like circles. Those megaliths are in circles. So, what it would be like for? Did they do some rituals, some ceremonies? You know, like I'm wondering just like what they use it for. You
Yeah.
know?
Indigo Angels in the chat. She says there's supposed to be a vulture stone there also to Lyra. So,
Oh, can you? Okay, so can you point me in the right direction?
um, I don't know if she would know because I don't think she's ever been there, but um, and then Simo says it's slightly fuzzy, but it's incredible. He says so many questions. Why did they build all this underground? Do you think? He says he wished he
Yeah,
knew the true
exactly.
story.
Like I'll try to show you from a different perspective. I go around.
Guys, this is like the oldest site in known man. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm sure there's historical sites that are older than this, but this is the one that's like oldestly known to man right now. Like,
They
we're so
say
lucky to be seeing this.
they say that this is even more ancient than Stonehenge or Giza pyramids. That's what I've seen. They stated it's more than 10,000 or up to 12,000 years old, and that's just I believe estimation. Yeah.
Elif hocam bak Elif hocam
So it's just an estimation.
Bavul biraz da çukur olan taraf var ya. Esas girişte
I'm
orası.
sorry for the Turkish
That's okay. That's okay.
because actually down there they have some folk music and dance. So here's actually less people than usually. So
Wow,
I'm just
that's
trying
interesting.
my best to show, like what can I see? Can you see that big oval with those two monoliths connected?
He's
I think
Indigo Angel said, see if you can ask someone there, like a tour guide, to see the vulture stone. It's supposed to be the most famous artifact there, she says.
uh-huh. Well, I see on those megaliths there are the symbols of animal. What I can see, symbols of animal.
It would be somewhere in that whole circle, guys. I guess. Like she says, it's floor number 43.
Hmm. Yeah, actually, Rob, if you can look up, because if you could help me.
Yani ya tahtalarla
Yeah. Well, what do you want me to look up? I'll look up something.
Get the plan of the site, because actually about the numbers, you know
Yeah. Let me look it up real quick. See if I can find it.
but yeah, this is really something that is extraordinary, and now I understand why it attracts so much attention of archaeologists and researchers.
Okay, it's telling me that there's 3 different circles when I look in the
Yes,
at the plans. Is that true, or what's it look like?
there is three circles and one oval, sort of,
Yeah.
because I see this big one actually is oval, like it's not really circle. Okay, it's
Do
like
you see the
oval.
stone
Edges.
circles like in between everything? Like, do you see the stone circle? Is that what those are? The stone circles?
Hmm. You can see there are some big ones, but I see always there are two actually, as you can see, two standing opposite to each other in the center, right?
Indigo
There,
Angel said, "Thank you for doing this." Scott Otto says those circles were for male and female to have ceremonies of some kind of comparable to a
yeah,
biological cell.
yeah,
Simo
that
says,
would
"Yeah,
make
the
sense.
oval is A. That's where 1, 2, and 3 are." He said.
Uh-huh. Okay, so because as you can see there, yes, there are two opposites, which looks like feminine, masculine. Okay,
Yeah.
here is more circles. Okay, so and I believe it was for some ceremonies, for some rituals.
Yeah. Isaac says, "Wow, so not an actual bird landing on the stone. Would that be an actually a description for an astronomical event?"
Yeah, that is also possible because there is some geometry in it for sure. And there are symbols of the animals. Okay, I will try to move to the upper part so you can see that big ellipse.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
I really don't know what questions the guys ask, guys. Like, whoever's in the audience, ask your questions, whatever you want to ask. Like, I mean, like, what I'm trying to figure out is who inhabited this. I think they say it was like when you look up stuff about like Gobekli Tepe, they say it was hunter gatherers, but I think it was much more of a advanced civilization than hunter gatherers. Like, how could they say that hunter gatherers built all this technology? That doesn't make any sense. And I bet you this was a technology back then too. Like I think when you look at this alternative ancient history stuff, you got to think outside the box. You know, that's what I was trying to look up stuff on Gobekli Tepe yesterday to like tell you guys, and I was like, well, the mainstream narrative is trying to say that they were hunter gatherers, which I don't believe that at all. I don't believe hunter gatherers could have just built all this.
No,
It
to me
doesn't make
doesn't
any
make
sense.
sense. No, either. Yeah,
Because
they,
like how can a hunter gatherer build move a 10-ton stone? You know?
yeah. Look at these stones. Like, tell me how that would be possible. Look at these
Azek,
big
Azek
megaliths.
says maybe the druids. What do you think?
Okay, now I'm actually at that big oval. You can see they're really huge. Those monoliths. They're really huge.
Your Slavka, your camera froze up. Are you still with
Is it
us?
better? Yes, I'm still
Um,
with you.
Let me remove you from the stream and then I'll bring you back in. Maybe you might have to restart it. You might have to restart the StreamYard. So click off of StreamYard, go out, and then come back in, and I'll let you back in. Oh wait, there you go. Wait, there you go.
Is it okay?
It's good now. It's good now. It's good
Okay,
now.
because as I'm showing, what is down there, I don't see, if I'm frozen or not. So
Yeah, I was gonna say while we're doing this, tell the audience a little bit about your journey. Like you're not from Turkey, you're from Czechoslovakia, right? So what made you want to decide to go to Turkey? Like you're on a soul's quest, right? You said you're gonna go to Turkey, Egypt. You want to go to all the sacred sites, right?
well, that's what I would love to. Well, I see that there might be connection with Turkey for me, because
Yeah.
there are some similarities from my life, and actually even my surname could be understood as it could say like Terek Turek, Turkish. So there is some reason, and there was also Turkish invasion in our in the south of Slovakia, Hungary, and that part. So we definitely have something in common. So
Wow. So you felt drawn to Turkey for whatever reason.
yes.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. What I was going to say
Mm,
was, so do you feel like you might be part of like an ancient Tatarian culture? You know Tataria?
that could be possible. There are certain parts of my past that I still don't recall, that they're still like in a fog, but it could be it's possible,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. Um, so yeah, when I see this, I'm just really wondering like what's been hidden, and
Sovereign Cosmic Wildman wants you to know. He said there are people from Slovakia that are in the ACIO, Men in Black type interdimensional corporation. Did you know that?
No, but thank you for your comment, for mentioning that. It's really interesting to. I'll investigate more about that.
Simo says strong country, and at least till it got divided, became Czech Republic, now Chechnya, and Slovakia, separate nations, right?
Yes, now we are separated, but there is still connection. I mean, geographically, politically, economically, whatever, we will be always connected. You can't just, do the separation. We are all connected anyway.
Yeah.
So there
Azek
is no
says
separation.
Azek says Gobekli Tepe is a school, maybe. You know.
Yeah. So everything is actually the school at some point.
Yeah, it
Even
seems like
we
we're
are
all
some
part of this.
masters. We are masters, but we are also like students as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm
Yeah.
just taking this all in. Like, take this all in, guys. We're never, we may never get to see this again. Like, I may never get like to ever go to Gobekli Tepe in Turkey. This might be the closest I actually get to seeing it. So I'm just kind of
Never
trying
say
to take it
never.
all in.
Never say never, Rob.
I can't get out of the US, but I mean, yeah, this is fascinating.
Like I know that you have, that you have Lebanese like heritage, Lebanese like and Greek. So you're very close actually.
Yeah, that would be a good place for me to go to. Really, it would. Yeah. So
Also explore, you know.
I feel drawn to this place. I really do. I feel like all kinds of activations coming from this. I really do.
Definitely, definitely, because I feel I'm vibrating all the time. It's like when I sat on the big stone and I just meditated. It was really really nice, and some animals showed up, so it was very nice. This is powerful place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do just some more round.
Yeah, let's take another tour around before we finish up, and then we'll call it a trip. And honestly, Slavka, thank you so much for doing this. This was amazing. Thank you for. I mean, the audience should really thank you. Like guys, like Slavka traveled like 9 hours to get to this site. It wasn't easy for her to do. So when you see her in the chat, or when you see her, if you contact her through Facebook, thank her because she rode the bus like 9 hours to get here. Like she was on the I was on the phone with her like all night, like coordinating this. Like, and then what was funny was like I almost slept in. Like and I was like, oh my god, I can't do that to Slavka. Like she traveled 9 hours to get there, and I woke up literally at 9:50, or like 10 minutes before our interview. So I mean, like that just shows you that this was meant to be, that we were meant to do this. Like, you know.
Yeah, thank you, Rob, as well. It's actually a big honor for me. I'm very grateful for giving me actually the opportunity. It was meant to happen because the universe opened the door for this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here, but I see that it was meant to happen, and I experienced a lot of kindness on the way, actually. I
Wow,
received
that
help.
what happened? Do you want
As
to tell
you're,
us a little bit about your trip?
yeah, as you're in Turkey, then obviously English is not very helpful. So even when you have translator, it might be misunderstanding, because it's different mentality, different level of understanding. And then of course there is sometimes issue with transport. It's like you wait and it's not coming, and you're just, oh, time is running. And it's very
Yeah,
relaxed, friendly atmosphere. People are very nice and hospitable, but when it comes on the level of consciousness and sort of this doing inner work, I see there's really, really a lot to do. So there is a language barrier. I don't know how they manage. This is how I see. For me, it's very bizarre, actually. You know, this is the country that lives mostly from tourism. There's a lot of ancient sites, and
yeah,
there's language barrier. If they speak, Turkish, they speak French. They don't speak English, or they speak Turkish. They don't speak English. So then you struggle sometimes really to explain to people, oh yeah, I want to get here, there, and but what is the bus schedule and how can I catch it? Sometimes really a challenge.
yeah,
So yeah, that's why I experience actually a lot of help because universe always sends someone. So if
yeah,
it's meant to happen, you see, it goes effortlessly.
yeah, yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting.
So really, I'm very grateful towards you and for all the audience because you're all amazing. They're fantastic people.
Yeah, I agree. I forgot to send Indigo Angel the link. I'm sorry, Indy. I can't believe I forgot. I was up all night last night too. I couldn't sleep. Like I couldn't sleep last night. I was nervous about this. I was wondering how it was going to go. I was worried about you traveling the whole way there, and then I was worried about like how it was going to go. But it came out perfectly fine. It's perfect. I'm just kind of like lost for words. I don't know what to say about it. Before you go, is there anybody else in the audience? Do you guys have any other comments or questions for Slavka or about the site before you go? We did have one comment. This is from Sovereign Cosmic Wildman. He says the T-shaped pillars are parallel. Let me put it up on the screen. This is interesting. He says the T-shaped pillars are parallel to the T-shaped doors, windows seen in the Southwest USA called the Pueblo ruins. Same features as seen in South America. There is a missing story. Yeah, I believe that too, Sovereign Cosmic Wildman. You bring up a good point. This is the
Yeah,
point that everybody thinks that our world was much more connected, like that the continents were actually one before. That like we weren't like all these separated continents, and the continents were one. It could have something to do with the Tower of Babel story. He said the languages got the languages got split up somewhere along the way. Our languages got split up, and somewhere along the way our cultures got split up, and somewhere along the way our continents got split up. And I'm wondering if that all happened at the same time. What do you guys think?
yeah. That's really something to consider.
Yeah, Arizona Raven says the pieces literally fit together. Like you mean like the pieces of the continents, Arizona? Like if you would try putting them together, the world would fit together. I think that's what she means.
Mhm.
Azek says, "Is it possible the giants are fossilized giant trees, mountains, etc.?" I think so. I
Yeah,
think
it's
so for
possible.
sure.
It's possible. It's really, it's very, very possible actually. There is more layers into this,
Yeah,
as it's really old, ancient. So for sure, all of what you say has some reason and meaning. Some truth in it.
yeah. Do you see like representations of other cultures there as well? Or is it mostly like Greek, Roman, and Turkish? Is that what you would say?
Yeah. Well, okay. I actually don't see much like Christians. What I see the most are like Islamic,
Yeah.
but maybe because I was in that area.
Indigo Angel wants to know how do you feel there? What energies are coming up the most?
I even sometimes lack the words to describe it.
She said, "What's it invoking inside you?"
Like it's it's really mysterious, mystic. So that's like I feel this energy, very powerful.
Hold on, Indigo. I'll put the link in the chat if you want to come in, but it might be. Do we still have time for Indy to join us if she wants to?
Of course,
Um,
yes, yes, please.
Here's the
If
StreamYard
you
link,
want
Indy.
to
If you want to
join,
join
that's
us, I'm sorry. I put it in the regular chat. Like that's the StreamYard link. If you do want to join us, like um, I forgot to send it because I slept in and I was so much on my mind.
Yeah, I'm very grateful that actually you woke up. Thank you so much, Rob. I know this time difference is really difficult.
No, I mean I should have my ass out of bed at 10 o'clock anyway. There's no reason why I should be sleeping past 10. But what happens is I couldn't get to sleep last night. I was up at like 1 o'clock, then I was up at 2 o'clock, then I was up at 3 o'clock. Then I finally go to sleep at like 3 o'clock, and like I'm tossing and turning and stuff. I don't know what it is. I last night I had a lot of energy in me though, to be honest with you. Like I had like um last night I had just a weird energy all night. I had like a nervousness energy for whatever reason. Oh, that's actually the like what we're looking at now, guys. I know that's the center of the whole Gobekli Tepe. Like That's
Okay.
that's the whole middle of it, right? Right? No,
Yeah.
Slavka.
Yeah, exactly. You see, this one is in the middle, basically, which is not actually broken because down the other one is more broken. So this one is like the prominent. Mm-hmm.
Alttaki domuz,
Yeah.
üstteki
So
tırmanan diyebilirsin.
yeah, I was trying to go this direction, to show you this perspective.
Yaban domuzu. Burada yaban domuzu. Yaban domuzları yaşar böyle.
So,
da var.
yeah,
Vardı. Ceylan da var.
it's interesting. Really, everywhere are the symbols of animals. They were really sacred, and it was really like different meaning, the different level of consciousness.
Do you think they were not? I know this sounds crazy, but do you think they were not eating animals back then? Do you think the animals were more sacred or something like that?
It's very possible because actually here in Turkey, they really put the animals like they were people. They were really honoring them, and they were burying them. There are, you know, some places where like the chickens and donkeys, because they were part of the family. They were, they saw them as a humans, as they are really valuable, not like now. I mean, I don't mean it literally, but it was different. Look at the animals in the past. They were
Yeah.
really like, part of the family. And they were really like, even, grieving and crying when they left, like the people, the family member left. Yeah, I saw some places. Yeah, I've been told that a part of the human like places, there were also animals, buried animals. Yeah, so they saw
Wow.
it differently. That was a completely different approach.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think, like, guys, about the symbolics of these animals?
I think things were a lot different in the past than they are now. I think somewhere along the lines we got all messed up and everything is like, I think humanity's like trying to get things back in order right now. Like look at me for example. Like I was like, I don't know. I was doing all the wrong stuff. I was out of shape and I was like not living right. And now I'm starting to work out every day and I'm like starting to feel a lot better and I don't know, it's
Yeah,
hard to explain. Um, you know.
you did a great job, actually. You're very
Yeah.
strong. I admire you.
So they said how much so much hasn't been dug up yet, like
Yeah,
there.
there's still like left some parts left. I actually don't know if they plan to dig more or not.
Yeah, I wonder how much of this is actually under the ground. I wonder how much of it we're not seeing, you know?
Yeah, yeah, there might be still more layers that are hidden. Yeah.
I totally agree with that. Oh, here's Indigo Angel. Hold on, I'll put her on. Hold on. Hey, sorry. I got mad. I was like, she didn't show up, and then all of a sudden, you're like, you forgot to send me the link.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I tried calling you because I thought you were sleeping. I was like, he must be sleeping. Hi, Slavka. How are you?
Hi, Indigo Angel. Great. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, I just wanted to say thank you to you for going there. Wow, this is extraordinary.
Well, I'm actually here, so why not? That was really like the opportunity calling.
Okay, so do you live in Turkey? Robbie might have already covered that, but are you close
She's from
by?
Czechoslovakia. She moved to Turkey.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm going to return. I don't see myself here. It was just like 2 months and something of exploring, and I think now I can move.
Slavka, the
Okay.
chat wants to know, as Isaac wants to know in the chat, are you activating by being there? Do you feel like you're activating?
Yes. Yes, because I'm really vibrating.
That's
And
amazing.
sometimes I feel really like vertigo.
I was gonna say, maybe take a second there if you can find a peaceful place that you can meditate and try to go deep into the layers and remove some of the veils that are there. Because I'm kind of picking up just psychically as I'm tuning into you that there's like these pockets of kind of like dense, it's almost like dense pockets there that are kind of maybe suppressing the emotional energy of the site to be released. See if you can maybe release that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might bring forward some Akashic codes.
Mm-hmm.
That would. We have another question from the audience. This is from Maya Kai. She says, "Ask Slavko. She feels like visiting the Lebanese sites like Baalbek, Byblos. Do you feel like that would add activation? Do you ever want to do that?"
Yeah, why not? I mean, all around the countries, you know, Syria, Lebanon, everywhere here, you know, and all the Mesopotamia, Samaria, you know.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, last night you were sending me pictures. I sent them to you, IndigoAngel. I sent them to you on Messenger. The ones she was sending me. You saw a bunch of different other ancient sites besides Göbekli Tepe. Can you talk about what else you saw? I forgot to ask you that.
Yeah, it was actually in Şanlıurfa city. It was the castle, castle of Urfa, because Şanlıurfa is commonly being called as Urfa, and Balikli Göl. So this
Yeah,
you can
I've
find
never
it
heard of it.
actually in Şanlıurfa city itself.
Your video is it because we're zoomed in, Rob, that we can't see her video?
Yeah. Do you want me to? You want me to? You want me to move it out? Hold on. Let me move it out. I was trying to get a better. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay, awesome.
But then we can't see as good the site. But it's good. We
Yeah.
want to see her. That's better.
Well, I do know because I've studied Gobekli Tepe just a teensy bit, and this is making me really want to study it more, like kind of do a deep dive on it. But I do feel that energetically and celestially, this is very key coded to the three Stymphalian birds. There's definitely like a very magnetic north alignment. This may even have been aligned to the previous pole prior to Polaris. Like this Stargate location would have been connected to, I think it was it, what was the previous? Was it Cygnus or was it Lyra? I think Lyra might have been the previous North Pole star.
Yeah, you mentioned Lyra.
Yeah, it's very connected to Cygnus, Lyra, Aquila. Like this is a very avian bird site. Yeah, a lot of
interesting. Yeah.
Because there's the vulture stone, and then also there's a guy that wrote a book called The Cygnus Key, Andrew Collins, and he talks about all of the Cygnus symbolism that is there, like the swan, the cosmic egg.
Yeah, there's a lot of symbolism. Yeah, exactly. That's what I can see.
So this is all proof that there was a lot more going on there. Like, do you believe that too, Indy? That there's like a lot more than what they're telling us. That it wasn't like a hunter-gatherer type place. That there was like a lot more going on. I don't even know how to say it. It just seems like it was a lot more intricate than what we're being told. Do you kind of believe that as well?
It's very possible that this was an advanced civilization, maybe even going into the Hyperborean timelines and root races. I do know that the Turkey government, and she might have already mentioned this, that they only excavated like 10% of the site.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's still some part hidden.
Well, do you think that they purposely buried it? Do you think they did it on purpose, or do you think it just was do you guys think it was purposely, or do you think it was natural? That's something I was wondering. I was wondering, like, and if it was purposely, why would they purposely bury a city like that? You know?
Why wouldn't they?
No, that's true. They were trying to
cover up the human origins.
That's true. That's true. So this might have some like linked to Tataria or something like that. You know?
I think Turkey in general, like there's definitely a lot of evidence in terms of like ancient records in the Cygnus Key, they talk about the Denisovans being like an ancient Neanderthal site, maybe. And there's like so many extensive cave systems in Turkey that the original Neanderthal may have came up out of the ground or the caves there. Also, Turkey is really close to like Anatolia and the Black Sea, and this was like the origination of all of the what are the women, the warrior women? Oh my gosh, the goddess warrior women, the Amazons,
Amazons,
Yeah.
yeah.
the Amazonians, yeah, the big women, right? The big women. Big,
Yeah,
the giants, the Nephilim, maybe even.
exactly. Yeah, actually, Anatolia is part of this. It's this like the central part. You know, this part of Turkey is called Anatolia. You know, so
Oh, is it? Wow. Okay. Interesting.
That's interesting.
like central Anatolia is like the part where is Ankara, you know, and Kayseri, Aksaray, and Cappadocia. You know, so that's really interesting when we refer to Anatolia, because Anadolu, it's like Turkish part, you know. Turkey is in Turkish Anadolu. Yeah.
Mm.
So
How far are you from the Black Sea then?
I'm actually closer to Mediterranean Sea, because Black is in the north, completely the other coast. So huge is really, Turkey is really huge. I mean, on the map it looks small, but when you travel, oh my God, it takes so long.
I heard there's a bridge in Turkey that actually crosses continents. It's the only bridge in the world where you can cross continents. I heard in one part of Turkey you could be in Europe, and then when you cross the bridge you can be in Asia. Is that true?
Yeah, Istanbul.
That's amazing. I think Bourdain did that. Anthony Bourdain back in the day, or he covered that. You know, so it must be a huge country, like connecting Europe to Asia. Like that's what is it? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, the continents of Europe to Asia. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
definitely.
I wonder if Slavka has some past lives as an Amazonian then.
Oof.
Could
I'm not
be.
aware of it, actually. That would be interesting.
Yeah. There's a reason why you're called to the land. Yeah.
Derek's in the chat. He says baklava is divine. I love that too, Derek. I love that kind of food. It's really good. Someone said you're extremely grounded, Slavka. She said they felt like you're extremely grounded. So that's amazing.
That's what I'm actually trying. That's my aim, to ground myself, because I'm like flying away. So it's very important, actually.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I was wondering if we are close to Syria, and we know that Syria is like, in Syria there are stargates. So maybe even here we have some strong connection with some grid lines.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Indy, you're having your Grid Worker 2 course today, right? Well, for people that are on here, Indy's having her Grid Worker 2 course today in like an hour. Do you want to talk about that while we have time?
Yeah, well, we start in about an hour, so I am going to have to jump off in a couple minutes and go start preparing myself. But I really wanted to be present for this because this is so exciting. I mean, this is definitely on my bucket list of places I need to get to. But yeah, I have the Gridwork Facilitator 2 course, and we are about to get started. A whole 4-day weekend event. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. If anyone, people can still join if they want to. It's at learn.indigoangel222.com. So, last minute, you can come on in if you want to. But yeah, it's going to be so much fun. And, honestly, I think that this is definitely a part of a few different things. One is it may be a Stargate. We just haven't maybe realized it entirely yet, but it could be a Stargate. Because I notice a lot of the Stargates that are key coded to occult systems, which means star systems that are not, as recognized or known, right? It's kind of like a star system that not many people know a
Yeah.
lot about, but I think it's encoded to more to Cygnus, and I think less people know about Cygnus, but and it can be that it just holds some of the most ancient records, and we think about all of the amnesic timelines that are sitting on top of like our human origins. So there's probably like a blockage there, like an energetic blockage, or like a vault that has to be kind of like released from the site. I wonder if you could do that while you're there, like, you know, because it would be amazing if you did that, and then all of a sudden the next month or the next week or two, we're going to notice like a flooding or a streamlining of information coming in, because, you know, maybe she's there to release that for us. I kind of get the feeling that you are, like, that's what you're doing, like you're grid working there right now for everyone.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, actually, we are all being sent to the places where our frequency is needed. So
Yeah,
maybe that's why I'm even in Turkey as well, to hold the space, hold the frequency, you know, whatever.
Yeah. And she's very grounded in her energy and her presence. So I mean, this means something positive. Yeah.
I think so too. This was fascinating. Well, I guess we could finish up for today, you know, because we've been going about an hour. Well, we've only been going 50 minutes, but you got to get ready for your course, I know. And was there anything else you wanted to share before we finish up, Slavka?
Well, I'm really extremely grateful for this opportunity to be here with you and just, you know, to do this stream. Well, I hope that we can connect. So for some future live broadcasts like this, you know. It's really
Oh, that's a good point. Derek wants to know if you have a Cash App or if you have a PayPal, because the people want to donate a little bit to your trip. Like, and the people that see this might want to donate to your trip. Like, can you tell us your PayPal, or what, or can you send me your PayPal? And it would help now. I could put it in the chat.
Oh, guys, thank you so much. You know, if you would like, I can share the PayPal with you. It's slavka.terekova@gmail.com. Yeah.
Slavka.terekova@gmail.com.
Yeah, actually, I can send it to you, but it's my Gmail address,
Okay.
and I really appreciate you all for joining in this hour. I know that for you it's still like before the noon, so really I'm extremely grateful for everything. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna even send you something myself here today. I'm getting a little bit more money this afternoon, so I'll definitely send you something. Like, I appreciate it. Like, I really do. I really appreciate you doing this for me. Like, this was amazing. You know.
You can't imagine how much I appreciate this. You know, I really feel so humbled, you know, and honored. It's like I'm almost crying. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel really connected to this as well. So thank you so much from my heart to yours. And I just send you lots of safe travels. Thank you so much for letting me join you and meet you today. Maybe I'll reach out to you later. And thank you, Rob, for pulling me in. But I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
I love you guys.
I'm sorry, India. I should have. There's her PayPal address, guys. It's slavka.terekova@gmail.com. I put it up on the screen. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. And thank you, Indy, so much. And thank you, Slavka. And yeah, until I have another stream today, guys, at 4 p.m. Eastern. I'll be on with Pink Bella. So that's not till 4 p.m. though. So you guys can go do Indy's grid worker class, then come watch my show. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Have a good day, everyone. Take care.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything.